welcome to more mail! Mal, what's the first letter?
It's from Postgram.
Postagram. I don't understand. My brother started watching your vids. He turned me to them. My dad and I watched them together. You and Mal are so funny. I hope you enjoy this picture of my little dog Debo. My brother's name is Alfred. My dad's name is Rocky. My name is Tonia. Just pop it out. And then on the back it says, oh, it's the same thing. Weird.
It looks like a company that if you put a picture on it, you can turn it into a postcard and they'll send it for you.
Cool. It's neat. It's a postagram. And this pops out. Somehow. Does it? No, I got it. I'm getting it. It's just taking me a minute here to get it. There we go. See? It's the same.
Good job.
What's interesting because it took all that space, but it was essentially this. This is both the message and the image. That idea is neat. Postagram. Thank you, Tonia. Very cool. And you have a cute little puppy. We're going to move on to the next letter, which is from...
We have 2 letters.
2 letters.
From Kiara in Voorhees?
Voorhees?
New Jersey?
Voorhees? Is that, what's that? What's the accent language thing? It's like,
Swedish?
Is that Swedish?
I don't know.
Did I just make fun of Swedish people? I don't know.
Anyway.
Oh, it might have been a very bad stereotype.
Letter 1 says open me first.
Okay, we'll open that first then. Dear Simba, or Cho Simba, or Stephen and Mal. Hi, I guess it's normal to introduce myself first. I'm Kiara, an 18-year-old 19 when you open this, college freshman. I'm sure you've never heard this before, but I found your videos when watching one of Chugga's. Seeing as I already watched most of his videos, I figured I would watch some of yours. So I took the journey, or at least I attempted to. When I found out you had married Mal, who I had heard a bit about during the earlier vlogs, I decided to jump around to see the more relationship-oriented videos, including the engagement video where I cried a little bit, the wedding video where I cried a lot, and of course kitties who are so freaking adorable. The fact that you met because of the Mother series makes me extremely happy. I love the series quite a bit. Anyways, I digress. After I watched the major relationship videos, I found the Let's Play channel. First, I watched the Brawl LP. I've watched quite a bit recently, finishing Leaf Green and Portal, and currently I'm watching Portal 2 single player. And I mean, I'm watching while writing this. Your Leaf Green LP has caused me to play Fire Red in a different way than normal, just catching the first Pokemon I see to add to my Pokedex and not worrying about things like natures. The co-op LPs are probably my favorite. I don't know, a wife and husband LP team is really cool. All of the friends that I've told agree. Well, I've told all of my friends. I talk about you guys like I've met you in real life. And now, question time. Don't worry, I only have 2. First for Steven. I recently started an LP channel on YouTube as Lass to Funk to Druck. I've actually seen your name around. While recording at home is fine, recording at school is another story. I get nervous and I end up not recording at all. Right now it's fine since I recorded a bunch before I came back from spring break. Do you have any advice to work on my nervousness? I'm assuming it's nervousness around people.
Roommates?
Yeah, around roommates. To which the best thing is going to be getting to know your roommates really well if you don't already know them well. Maybe explain to them what you're doing. They might think you're crazy. Maybe. I mean, my roommates thought I was crazy, but to be fair, I am crazy, so I don't know. I would just try to get to know them as best you can and maybe explain it beforehand so they're not always wondering what you're doing. But I think a lot of people are cool with it. I mean, people have different hobbies. And for Mal, as a girl who plays video games, did you ever have problems because of it, such as not being able to find people with the same interests as you or the like? If so, how did you deal with it?
I don't know. It just seems like other girls who play video games sort of flock to me.
Yeah, I mean, in high school,
My whole group of friends, like the 4 of us played games.
And then in college, it was the same way.
Yeah. I mean, I roomed with one of them, and then, I roomed with someone else later, and I met her because of Starman, and...
I think it's important to realize that things are going to be different, like, depending on where you are. And it's not like a certain section of the country or anything. It's just like you got really lucky and you had a bunch of friends that played video games, whereas someone else might be like the only person that plays video games somewhere. So it can be difficult, but it's kind of like a luck of the draw thing. Anyways, now that awkward question time is done, it's art time. I'm not much of a traditional artist, but I crochet and knit. So I sent a square of knitting that is the same color and style as the scarf I just made. That was the first thing that I have ever knitted. There may be Pokemon cards in the leather. This depends on whether I am willing to part with them. You'll know by now whether I've sent them or not. And you have. Thanks for running a great vlog and doing great LPs. Sincerely, Kiara. P.S. Happy 1,000 videos and Stephen Plays. P.P.S. I'm glad you used Bulbapedia to look up information for your Leaf Green LP. I may not be particularly important on there, but I do edit quite a bit, so it's kind of cool. P.P.S. I'm jitters. Anyway, Kiara, thank you very much for the very cool letter. And Kiara had sent
a second envelope.
A second letter at a different date.
They're postmarked the same date.
Oh, they are?
Uh-huh.
Oh, so she had wrote 2 letters apart from each other, but then sent them at the same time. But this one's dated before.
Yes.
But we're also really behind on mail, which doesn't help.
Letter number 2 says, I didn't want to have an envelope with just a square of knitting, so yeah.
It's like a air freshener. It's not actually an air freshener, but that's what made me think of when I was dangling it. I'm sure the cats will want it.
As you can see, don't worry about the date on the other letter, which is 3/25, and this one's 4/18.
Okay.
I'm sending this out really late. Also, I finally sat down and started the journey this week. I'm probably on day 300 or something like that. I also watched the Earthbound live stream, but although I wanted to attempt to watch it in one sitting, I don't think I missed class because I was watching people play video games on the internet is a good excuse. Oh well.
Isn't it like 14 hours long? Yeah, it might be a little difficult.
Sincerely, Kiara. P.S. The square's name is Bitty.
Betty.
She probably doesn't get that reference. It would be funny.
Oh. Oops. Well, no. Because at the beginning of the other letter it says, Dear Simba and Cho Simba.
Okay.
That's Kung Pao. Yeah.
I had forgotten about that already.
Yep. Kung Pao.
P.P.S. I'm giving you a baby sausage guy, which I had since I was a kid.
It's baby sausage
Take good
guy.
care of it.
It's been around a while. Wow. Very cool. Thank you, Kiara, and thank you for Betty. Actually, does Betty and Carly kind of have a...
They have sort of the same...
They kind of sound... Carly makes noises sometimes, which sounds terrible, but she has this infamous Carly type thing, and it actually sounds a lot like Betty from Kung Pao. It's weird. Anyway, Kiara, thank you. We're going to move on to the next letter, which is from...
Micah in...
El...
Grande.
Grenade, Granica, Granio.
They postmarked it right on top of the letters.
Granadoho,
California.
California. Dear Stephen and Mel, first off, I would like to thank you for all the hard work on your videos. As an amateur in the video field, I know how almost impossible it is to make even one quality video. So, like I said, I'm an amateur in the field, but I was wondering if you could give me any advice on a not so expensive video camera. I do have a YouTube account, Mike Luke Vids. Unfortunately, school has been very busy when I am writing this. AP language test is going to be hard, so I thought I might practice by writing some letters. And then there's a joke section. It says, why did the maybe I should read these to you. Why did the elephant fall out of the tree?
Why, Stephen?
Because it was dead. Alright, so why did the second elephant fall out of the tree?
Why?
Because it was tied to the dead one. It was tied to the dead one. Why did the third elephant fall out of the tree?
Was it tied to?
No, he thought it was a game. Why did the tree fall over?
I don't know.
It thought it was an elephant. Onward to the next part of the letter. So, do you have Hyrule Historia? I have a problem with it. It splits like this, right? Ocarina of Time, to Majora's Mask, to Wind Waker, to etc. Link doesn't have his piece of Triforce in Wind Waker because the old hero left this world. Doesn't that mean Majora's Mask is in the same timeline as Wind Waker? What do you think? Loyal fan, Micah. I don't have Hyrule Historia, although it's pretty cool and it's actually on Amazon pretty cheap now. It's like $20. And I've thought about picking it up, but I haven't. I'm not really familiar with the Legend of Zelda timeline. I've seen a lot of people attempt to put timelines together, and I have seen the official timeline in Hyrule Historia because I think like Kotaku posted it, but I don't know if I have a real opinion on this. You've played Wind Waker, but you haven't played Majora's Mask or Ocarina of Time, and I've played Ocarina of Time and a little bit of Majora's Mask and a little bit of Wind Waker, and I don't.
You can't forget Phantom Hourglass.
I don't know where that even
That comes after
this.
Wind Waker.
I wish I could answer your question, but maybe someone else in the comments will have better opinions on it, because this is one of those things that you'd have to play the games a few times and like think about it, because I have no idea, unfortunately. Anyway, Micah, thank you very much for the letter. We're going to move on to the last letter for the day, which is a package, and it is from
South Beach, Oregon.
South Beach, Oregon.
From a S.
From S. Also, it's not Oregon, is it? It's pronounced Oregon.
I
Right?
always said Oregon.
Huh?
I always said Oregon.
I'm pretty sure the people from Oregon pronounce it Oregon.
We're not from there.
Or is there a differentiation between like Oregon and Oregon? Is there something in the middle, like Oregon? Like
Are
Oregon?
you a letter? No, you're not a letter.
Oregon?
Are
Oregon.
you a letter? You're a letter. Here you are.
What you going to be? Okay. Hi, StephenMail. It's been a few months since I sent you guys anything, and that's because I've been looking all around for cool stuff that I think you would like. This time I've got some retro games with manuals, a spherical Mario, and other cool stuff. In my last package, I had a secret message in wingdings at the top. I had hoped that you would notice it in the video, but oh well. It just said the date when I sent it, and let's see how long it takes to get read. I'm writing this on April 17th, 2013, and Nintendo Direct just announced Earthbound is coming to Virtual Console. I can say that's because of Let's Players like you and Emil. Earthbound is an important part of my life. How did you and Mal react when you first heard it was finally going to be re-released? There's a vlog day on it, and it's called, I guess we're getting a Wii now.
Yeah.
I think that's the name of it. Watch that, because that's...
My reaction, because you stuck the camera in my face and told me.
And it's also my reaction, too, because I start, like, the first minute, I don't say a word. I'm just like, huh. It's really good if you haven't already seen it. I recently bought and played through the Metal Gear Solid Essential Collection. Metal Gear Solid 1 is now my second favorite video game, with Metal Gear Solid 3 at number 3. I was immediately struck with the emotional depths of the game. Metal Gear Solid 1 and 3 are some of the few games that have ever been able to make me cry. I can't wait till you do the Metal Gear Solid 3 Friggin' Snake Edition Let's Play. I will play along with all the episodes. Will you be getting all the camo and face paint in that LP? Well, whatever happens, I hope you like the stuff I sent, and I hope the Steven Vlog Cookbook goes well. From Samuel, aka Ultron Quake. Well, Sam, thank you so much. As far as the Metal Gear Solid question, I don't know. Going along the line of Friggin' Snake Edition, it will probably be a really fast LP. There's not going to be a whole lot of espionage. It's going to be like and not stopping to get items. It'll also probably be played on easy or very easy, because that's how you do Friggin' Snake Edition. It's been something I've wanted to get around to for a long time, but even though it's Friggin' Snake Edition, I actually have to prepare a little bit because I want to make sure I get all of the story elements correct. And I also want to be able to tie it in with the other Metal Gear Solid games, which is why it's been on the list longer than any other game. Because other games that have been on our to-do list, we've gotten around to, that's the longest one that's been on there. Anyway, let's take a look at what Sam has sent us.
Take that out of there.
Maybe we should look at the recipe first. We get the recipe for Steven Vlog Cookbook. Lost Creek Rhubarb Jello Cake.
Ooh.
Dear Lord, wow, that's crazy. Altered from the Beaver Creek Rhubarb Upside Down Cake recipe found in the Smokehouse Bear. And we also have, or is that just the one recipe? I think it's just the one. Okay. It's just a really long recipe. It's a few pages. Very cool. Rhubarb. I don't think I've had a lot of rhubarb stuff.
It's good. My grandma used to grow it.
Let's take a look.
Pull that ball out of there.
I've never seen such a thing. This is officially licensed? Like, what is this? It's It's Mario, like, squished down to like a bowling ball. Well, a tennis ball. This is about the size of a tennis ball. I don't understand. What are you? We also have a copy of Super Black Bass, and it is boxed. Holy crap. And it's got like the manual and the card and everything in there. Man, it's so interesting seeing the box inserts. For all you youngins who don't know about the Super Nintendo, maybe you became familiarized with games in the eras of cases. Before cases, well actually, there were cases in the SNES era, but Nintendo games didn't use cases. They came in cardboard boxes, which was really dumb. They should have copied the Sega Genesis design. But anyway, they use cardboard boxes, which means that these are actually pretty hard to come by. And also having a box with a game makes it more valuable. But what I was pointing out were these things. They're little cardboard inserts that hold the games. They're just really cool. I don't know, they're really cool, and a lot of times they're kind of harder to come by, which is weird, but basically whenever you buy like a game on eBay, like if you're buying Earthbound, half the time those inserts aren't with it, which is really weird. Like people kept the box but threw away the insert for some reason. It makes the game more valuable. Anyway, we also have some other stuff. Game Gear games, holy crap. Phantom 2040, NBA Jam. I cannot imagine what that's like on Game Gear. And RoboCop versus the Terminator. Awesome stuff. We actually don't have a Game Gear. We have Game Gear games though. Like we've had them in the past and we picked them up occasionally, but we actually don't have a Game Gear. But we're gonna have to like try and find one at some point. Is there a way to hook it up to the TV? Is that the Nomad?
The Nomad plays Genesis games.
Yeah, the Nomad plays Genesis games. I wonder if there's like a Super Game Boy type thing for Game Gear stuff.
Maybe.
There probably is, or someone's made something. I don't know. I know they're redoing. You know, like the what are they called? The FC Twins that play NES and Super NES games. Mm-hmm. They actually have a new version out that'll play those games in Sega Genesis, but it also has a slot for Game Boy and Game Boy Advance games. So they just need to come up with one that'll play Game Gear. Very, very cool. Sam, thank you so much for the Game Gear games, Super Nintendo game, and also this thing is really creepy. It's going to go on the shelf and scare the bejesus out of everyone who visits us. For everyone who sent in stuff today, thank you. Touchdown. Touchdown, everyone.
You don't know how to do that.
Isn't it like this?
This.
Yeah, okay. Well, I was doing this and then it looked kind of like a touchdown.
Or is it this? You don't let me watch football.
I don't let you watch football? You really want to watch football of your own free will. Really? This is new to me. Not one time. Not one time in the almost 2 years we've been married have you been like, oh, I really want to put on some football. Nor have you ever turned on football.
Yes, I have.
Really?
I turned on a Packer game last year. I'm serious.
To make sure that they were still alive. Yeah, Packers are still alive. All right, we're good. Anyway, if you'd like to send something, you can go over to the channel page and click on the About tab, and you'll see the address there. Send something our way, and we'll get it, and we'll do this.
No, we won't. This is the old format.
Well, it'll be opened on video. We'll get your mail, is what I'm trying to say. We'll see you guys tomorrow.